Hi Mum, in this interview today you are going to learn all about what is a doula and how they can help you. That's both pre and postnatal. If you enjoy the video, subscribe, like and share with your friends, and together we can help empower mums on their motherhood journey. So welcome to your session on all things doula. Now at the On Moms, we only ever partner with people that we trust, that share the same ethos as us, that have the same values, and that is helping other people. So we're looking at helping other mums, and today we are looking at doulas, what they do, how they can help you, whether that's pre or postnatal, what they offer and the benefits for you. So without much further ado, we have Frankie from Baby Bloom.
Hi Ellie.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks.
And I'm going to be asking Frankie a few questions, and let's get started. So Frankie, welcome.
Yes, thank you so
Now,
much.
the first thing is, and I'm sure it's the burning question on everyone's mind, what is a doula?
You know, a doula, if I can kind of sum it up in one phrase, I would say support person. So a doula is there to offer you support, whatever kind it is. Normally it's emotional support, educational support, and physical support. In terms of educational support, we go through the birth processes, what happens, making sure mum is informed about everything. During the birth process, if there's any burning questions, we give you all the information you need to make an informed decision. Physical support, of course, these hands always massage loads during birth or during your contractions and surges during labor. We offer a helping hand. We hold your hair back. I mean, the physical part could be anything that mum needs in that time, in that space, in that moment. And of course, then emotional support. You need, during the birthing process, you need a cheerleader. You need somebody to reassure you that you're doing a great job. You need somebody to hold your hand and tell you, you know, you're strong, you can do this, your body is designed to do it. Even hold dad's hand or whoever else is in the room supporting you or being there with you. We offer them sometimes more support than mum itself. It's to make sure that you feel so supported and undisturbed, just loved, and making all those right hormones basically flow for your birthing process.
Brilliant, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Well, I think that clears up a little bit about what a doula is. And here we are looking at prenatally. Now, a lot of people, if they're pregnant, they may think, well, is a doula necessary? Do I need a doula? Now, especially if maybe you're planning to have a C-section, or you think already I'm going to have an epidural. Or what if my mum, my husband, my birth partner, they're going to be there with me? So, and the midwife, the doctor, they're all there. So is a doula necessary as well? So what do you think about this, Frankie?
Well, I'm always biased because this is my job, but a doula is always necessary. Let's start with, for instance, if your mum or your husband, in terms of them, they need just as much support. We find that family members get affected by that birthing process as well. It's really hard for them to see you, what they think is suffering, which could just be you be in pain and managing. They don't always, there's lots of emotions involved, so they can't always make a clear decision or help you make a clear decision. They can't always offer you all the alternatives. I have a bag of tricks that they also don't necessarily know of how to help you cope with everything, be it I don't know, how to hold or making sure you hold your baby afterwards, breastfeeding, where to press to induce labor or make labor speed up, which part to massage to make you relax, what to say to you to make you feel confident in your birthing abilities. They have their own things to deal with. Midwives, same with them. They have more than one patient most of the time. They'll be in and out looking after you, and we do align on a lot of things, doulas and midwives. But they have to chart, they have to be in charge of medical things, so they can't offer you the constant support a doula can. When it comes to C-sections or epidurals, a C-section, do you know what's going to happen in the process of the C-section? No, so that's what we're there to offer you educational, to tell you, inform you what's going to happen, what to expect, what are the options you have, because a lot of people think that they have no options during a C-section even. There's loads, and we're helping you there. If your husband is squeamish or can't handle being in the labor room, we're there to support you. We can even step in there and be there. Epidural, birth doesn't just consist of pain management. It's the process of pushing. It's making sure you're in the right position. It's making sure you change positions even if you have an epidural. Coaching you through that pushing phase, making sure you're in the right state of mind. All that is also still important. We're not just there for pain management.
Brilliant, thank you so much. So it's good to know that a doula is there for you as mum giving birth, but also there for your birth partner. Whoever your birth partner is, they're there for your birth partner too, to support them along the way and the journey of birth. So I guess it's also another important question, which we've kind of touched on there, but is a doula just for a natural birth or, you know, an unmedicated birth? I know you have just touched on this, if we're taking medication.
I think it's a very big misconception that as a doula, I'm going to be like, nope, all you have to do is have an unmedicated, unnatural birth, and I'm going to push my choices on you and my preferences, but it's not at all like that. I am solely there for your preferences. So I'm gonna, if you choose to have a medicated birth with epidural, I'm gonna be there to make sure you take your epidural at the right time. I'm gonna make sure that you change positions every 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Make sure that you feel comfortable. Sometimes epidurals don't work. Some people can't have epidurals. We discussed the C-section. All those things are there, and not just for during the birth, but prenatal and postnatal. So postnatally, being there to, you know, guide you. We normally offer a postnatal session. So debriefing that birth with you, making sure that you feel positive about it. All those things are part of my job. So I'm not just there to make sure that mum squats in a field to give birth or have a water birth. I'm there to accommodate all births. All births is birth, so I'm not biased at all.
That's good to know. So basically it just shows you that anybody can use a doula, and a doula will benefit everybody in labour. Sure. So what does working with a doula look like?
So most doulas offer prenatal sessions, so that would mean that before you get into that birthing room, before we go into having contractions and surges, because let's be honest, you're going to be in birth land, you're not going to want to go through the processes. So in our prenatal sessions, we cover what the mechanics are of birth, what you can do for pain relief. We do some exercises in terms of what can we do for pain management, what the mechanics are. I always find that if a mum is well informed, if she knows, oh, okay, the baby's head, by being upright, the baby's head is putting pressure on my cervix, it's helping me dilate faster, it's making contractions easier, or surges easier, that it always helps you through that process. So education is a big part of our prenatal sessions. We always also recommend that mum takes a prenatal education separate from us. Hypnobirthing is great. Then for the birth, we're there from start to finish, basically. We're there from your first surge through to after you give birth. We protect your space. We'll set up a birth space with your preferences. We normally go through the oils you like. We light candles. We protect your space because there's nothing worse than being disrupted the whole time with people coming in. We try and make a space that just creates that hormone flow, the oxytocin, the serotonin, everything to create that birthing, not perfect birthing environment, because birth is unpredictable and sometimes
as much as it can be.
But as much as we can control the space, we do. I'm there for pain management. I'm there to provide you a drink of water. I come with a big Mary Poppins bag, and anything and everything is in there. It's actually, sometimes it'll be a big suitcase, and sometimes just a little handbag. So everything you might need through that birthing process. Then we also stay for after the birth. We're normally there for about an hour or two after, making sure mum gets breastfeeding started, if that's what she chooses to do. We protect your golden hour. You know, that time for skin to skin after a birth is so important for bonding. We make sure that dad has some time, you get looked after, that you feel comfortable, that if the midwives or doctors are busy and you need to go to the washroom, I'm there to take you to the washroom. It's such null and void points, but it's just to show you that to do almost everything for you in that birthing process. And then afterwards, we offer postnatals, normally one session, but then also that's where my postnatal work comes in. I also offer postnatal doula services. So we can continue that bond after giving birth to make sure that you have an easy transition into motherhood.
Brilliant. So I think a good takeaway from that is knowledge is power.
Oh, of course.
But also, if you are using a doula, maybe you don't need to know so much. I always say you never need to know everything. That's down to the doctors and the midwives. But also with the doula, as that person in between, you can rely on them to help you make informed decisions throughout your birthing process. And that's for you and for your birth partner as well. Also great to know that postnatally,
Yes.
I know we are interviewing here in Dubai in the Middle East, but around the world everyone's different. Here, when you are an expat, you are less likely to have family around you after the birth. So a postnatal doula is really, really good to come into that space as well. Which leads me on to my next question. Really, what does a postnatal doula offer?
So we kind of offer the same thing. It's support for mum, right? But it kind of takes a different role on there. Now the focus is on helping you become a mum and not having a positive birth experience. The focus is trying to, whatever you need in that song. A lot of the times I'm there to help you watch baby, to help you give that first bath to baby. Any breastfeeding issues, we go through things like baby wearing. Tips and tricks to help soothe baby, what to expect during those first 8 to 12 weeks and even longer. We're there to guide you, hold your hand. I always come with a bag of snacks and eat because mums don't always eat. They're scared to put the baby down, or I'll hold baby so you can have a shower, have a rest. There's so many things that I can do. And as a postnatal doula, we do really sit down and discuss and try and find a package that works for you. So if you're scared of, saying, for instance, clipping baby's fingernails, I know it seems like such a benign thing.
No, I remember that very well, and I was petrified of that the first time.
And sometimes you have your mum there, or if you're in your home country, you have your mum or somebody that can guide you through those little simple things. I mean, how many times I've ever received messages like, my son's umbilical cord fell off, is this normal looking? Small things like that, but also big things, and trying to discuss safe sleeping habits. Making sure that if mum chooses to formula feed, that she knows how to make that bottle. There's a big gap in the market for guiding mums through formula feeding. So breastfeeding, making sure that baby is getting efficient, milk, making mum confident in her breastfeeding journey. My job is there to, a lot of my job is there to make mum feel confident in her own abilities. And that's how I work with mum to make sure that she gets there for how many sessions we work together.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So realistically, you could hire a postnatal doula, a nanny, or a night nurse, but realistically we're saying that a doula is better because you offer all these things and more, not just doing things with baby. You're here for mum as well, aren't you?
Well, a large part of my job is being there for mum. Yes, I help with baby, and of course I'm trained as well in newborn care. I keep saying breastfeeding, but breastfeeding, formula feeding, all those things. So guiding mum through all that. But sometimes I find that all that mum needs is just to relieve that loneliness that she feels. That fact that, okay, dad has gone back to work, family has gone back to, or can't come visit, or family has gone back to their home country, and mum's left with a baby, and I don't know what to do with myself. So a lot of the times I'm just there to be your company as well. A night nurse is great for mum being able to get to sleep, but yes, are they trained? Who are you hiring? Same with a nanny. Yes, they can be trained, but are they specifically trained to assist you emotionally through all the ups and downs of postpartum?
Brilliant. Well, that is amazing. Thank you so much, Frankie. I think we've learned a lot today about what a doula does. I think we've learned that doula is not just for prenatal, but for postnatal too, which is very important. So wherever you are on your journey, whatever stage you're at, you can look into what services a doula can offer you, whether you want them pre or postnatal. The benefits seem amazing. I mean, to have someone there to hold your hand along the way, to look after you, and just to give you that all-important knowledge. As we said, knowledge is power, so it's good to have that, not just in birth, but in motherhood as well. Yes. But don't worry, you do learn along the way. I certainly did. You start knowing nothing, and you do pick up all the tips and tricks. But I think a doula is definitely there to give you that guidance. So thank you so much, Frankie. That has been amazing, a wealth of knowledge, and yeah, thank you for letting all the mums know.
Yeah.
So that was our session on doula. If you do have any further questions, you can always talk to Frankie a little more. And yeah, if you want to go ahead and get a doula, enhance your own pregnancy journey, your birthing time, and your new motherhood. So thank you for joining us today, and thank you very much, Frankie.
Thank you, Ellie. I hope all mothers out there can, acquire a doula. We make the world of difference, if I have to say so myself.
Thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed this interview, Mum, and the most important thing is that you have learnt from it. So if you'd like to see more and to help me produce more content, more interviews, please do subscribe to my channel. So hit the button below and subscribe. Also subscribe, like and share with your friends, and together, Mum, we can help enhance and empower other mums' journeys. If there's something that you have liked in this video, or if there's something else that you want to see in other videos and interviews, please do comment below. Hope to see you back soon, Mum.